gathered to pave a way forward that will see an improvement in the business sector. This as business investment in South Africa and across the continent continues to be faced with a number of challenges that hinder progress in Africa. The US delegation say African Americans and those in the Caribbean have a duty to plow back into the continent.
So a part of the journey has to be, how do we really encourage, number one, the major banks to get serious about investing and redirecting resources back to these communities? Because at the end of the day, the bank may have the money, but the big question is, from whence did that money come?
Small South African business owners say one of the hurdles they face is getting banks to loan them the necessary capital to start a business.
Working with other Africans in the continent is the way for us to succeed here. But if you also see the laws that have been legislated, your FICA, your PFMA, all of these laws militate against people really accessing capital and accessing wealth.
Some are saying it's disappointing that up to this day, majority of big companies are still under the leadership of the minority group in the country.
It's mafia. It's controlled by the mafia. And until we break that kind of mafia attitude, we're not going to go anywhere. If we are supposed to be in the majority, our government, so-called black government, with more than 1.3 trillion rand still invested in white banks, which with no conditions, then we are still repeating the same old cycle and will never come out of this quagmire of poverty.
But the banking sector says there's hope for change soon.
It's actually making it easier for people that are so-called unbankable to engage with us. And we're the only one that has an account right now where it's made to share. Secondly, our investment program. It's part of our diversification in terms of our product with our high interest rates. And it's also encouraging people to now save and encouraging people now to get a growth on their capital.
The 400 Years Return campaign wrapped up its program in South Africa. It has already visited Ghana in its first leg earlier this month. The aim of the campaign was to help Africans in diaspora to reconnect with the continent. Abongile Tumago, SABC News, Johannesburg.